obviously is talented in the passing game, and Burkhead's very talented in the passing game. They acquired him in the offseason. He's been a big-time addition to them. They found ways to overcome the loss of guys like Edelman long-term. The acquisition of guys like Cooks obviously aids in that. If you look at them over the course of time, they've always found ways to stay after people and supplement people within their attack. A second tight end is always big for them. Allen is a second tight end that they've acquired. They're very multiple. They're going to spread you out. They're capable of pounding you. They got a variety of backs with varying skill sets that are challenging to match those skill sets as they move in and out of the game. They're capable of changing the pace. Tom is awesome at that, thoughtful at that. To do it, to change the flow of the game or just to do it to keep you off balance. They've done that quite a bit over the years. Their play-pass game, their misdirection passing game is exceptional. They do a great job in the screen game to minimize your pressures and so forth. I could talk all day about their attributes and the things that they do well. I guess largely when you play someone that plays as well as they do, you better just not beat yourself, and it starts there. So that's where it starts for us, man. We gotta be good. We got to play to our abilities, and it's less about what they do and more about the quality of our work. I can flop to the other side of the ball and say similar things, although I'm sure you guys might dispute that because the numbers don't bear it out. But they're a dominant group defensively. They're dominant when they need to be. They're dominant when the field gets short. If you're selling for field goals versus these guys, you're going to lose. We had 1st and goal up there in the AFC Championship. Ball on the 1. We lost yardage on 1st down. We lost yardage on 2nd down. We ended up in a 3rd and 5. I think that was incomplete. We settled for a field goal. That's life versus these guys. Forget what the numbers tell you. In them critical moments, in those situational moments, in those gotta-have-it moments, they got an elite defense. They spend their money in the appropriate places to ensure that. Gilmore is a talented corner they acquired. Obviously, Butler's been there for a long time. McCourty. These are talented back-end, sub-package possession down players, man. And their talents and attributes and know-how shows up in those circumstances. They got guys in their front that are versatile and hybrid-like guys like Van Oy, guys like Flowers they acquired from Cincinnati. They just got a lot of flexibility, and that flexibility lends itself towards situational football, and that's an area that they dominate. You can't afford to lose possession downs. We're capable of coming out and warming up possession downs in a game. You warm up to possession downs against this group, you got big problems. We came out in the start of the second half on Sunday night and lost a couple possession downs there early in the 3rd quarter, and you saw what that did to our efforts in terms of how the game was unfolding. Similar things could occur if you have lulls in possession down performance versus this group. So that possession down performance is big. Situational ball is big. You can say the same thing about their special teams element of play. Their specialists are exceptional. I think their kicker is maybe 4 for 4 or 5 for 5 from plus 50. They kick in an environment like we kick in. That's no easy task. They've got special people even in that phase. Guys like Matthew Slater, man, who's been a perennial Pro Bowl caliber guy. They've got continuity in that phase as well. Ebner, I think, has been lost to IR, but the fact that you can mention guys that are perennially considered for Pro Bowl recognition in that phase as well just speaks to their depth all the way around and their defined division of labor. That defined division of labor provides a knowing for them that allows them to make the necessary plays in the significant moments, and that's why they prevail more times than not. We've got to combat that, and so that being said, man, we're excited about being in the kitchen, if you will. It's good to be in the kitchen. The kitchen's in Pittsburgh, PA, this week in the National Football League, and at Heinz Field, and that's where you want to be in the middle of December. So we don't take it for granted. As competitors, we're excited about it, but as professionals, we know that preparation is going to be required, so we'll spend the rest of this time putting ourselves in great position to perform in the manner in which we desire to. Questions?
Coach, last year during the AFC Championship game, your secondary was your Achilles heel. How how much development has Davis and Burns made from last year that you're happy with?
Man, I don't have the answer to that. Man, they're still writing that story. They've had great games. They've had not so good games. Maybe some of the up and down that's associated with being younger people. But largely, if you look at the trajectory of their careers, I think it's headed in the right direction. I know they need to play well this weekend. I think that's kind of my focus. And that's where I've been focusing, my energies in terms of their prep and others.
Mike, what kind of boost will getting Joe Hayden back at this point give you defense?
I don't know that. He hadn't played in a number of weeks. He hadn't been with us for a long period of time, even prior to that. So I don't know what